A cheap, easy way to kill weeds in the garden is to use regular white vinegar. This is just the white vinegar that you use for cooking and cleaning around your house every day. I usually buy it by the gallon, and then I fill my spray pump with the vinegar. Then I just spray my weeds. In a few days, your weeds will look like this. Using white vinegar like this will not make your soil acidic. If you just lightly spray it on the top so the leaves are wet, it doesn't get into the soil and change the pH of your soil. So I use it all over my garden beds and paths. Make your own drip irrigation. Take a milk jug or a syrup jug, anything that will hold water. I use these corn holders, or you could use an ice pick or even a drill if you'd like, or a nail and a hammer. Just poke holes in the bottom of your jug. Then set it next to your plants. I have a new boxwood that I want to get particularly soaked with water. Put a few rocks to weight down your milk jug. Then when you want to water your plants, just fill up your milk jug and it will slowly drip onto your plant so your plant can take up the water easier than being flooded. Normally you would want to put about 6 to 8 holes in the bottom of your milk jug. I did more just so you can see how easy it is to poke the holes in there. That gives it a slow drip, so it'll take 30 minutes to an hour for it to drip out. You could also use like a large cat litter container, or anything like a 5-gallon bucket would work also. That's a cheap, easy way to make your own homemade drip irrigation. To save time and energy, I do most of my composting in place. I bring my table scraps out to the garden, dig a little hole, bury them, then just cover it up. I can just compost right there in place and I don't have to worry about turning my pile or anything like that. If you have a problem with rats or mice, and you may not want to just leave your kitchen scraps laying on top of the ground, you can bury them just on top of the soil underneath your wood chips. So that's the easy way I compost in place. To protect your plants from frost, use any leftover container to cover your plants. You can use yogurt containers, sour cream containers. If you have bigger plants, just cut the top of a milk jug and turn it upside down and place it on your plants. If it's windy, put a couple of rocks on top so it stays in place. Then in the morning, remove all the covers so your plants don't get too hot. To save space in your garden shed, use a shoe organizer. These shoe organizers really don't hold shoes very well, so you find them all the time for $1 or 50 cents at garage sales. I found 2 of these. They were $1 each at a garage sale. I use them to hold my clippers, my shovels, my sprinkler heads, my plant labels, and even things like my rooting hormone. It makes a great little organizer for all of your small garden tools. We're going to go get wood chips. We have loaded the back of our van with buckets. We laid all our seats down. We put a tarp down so we don't ruin the floor or anything, and we're going to put wood chips in all these buckets that we get for free. And then I'm going to go put them on my garden. I've only paid once for wood chips in all of my gardening, 25 years of gardening, because you can always get them from wood chipping companies, like tree companies. The city has places where they let people dump and then they chip them up for you to use. Right now we're going to a tree/landscaper place that has a big pile, although it's spring so I don't know how big the pile is going to be now, but you can find wood chips pretty much anywhere if you live within a city. We're just going to unload our buckets and we're going to fill them with the wood chips and put them back in the van. And that's going to be it. We got all kinds of stuff. We got a bucket, I have a big pond, all kinds of grid stuff. And my galvanized buckets. So these are really fine wood chips, and we can use a shovel. A lot of times when I get wood chips, they'll be coarser, and it's a lot easier to use a pitchfork. And I want the fine ones because I want them to break down quicker because our garden soil is really horrid. And so I'd like to put these on for at least 3 or 4 years and get them breaking down so my soil can get built up. As you can see, we have the van mostly full. We're getting ready to finish the pond liner. And we could have gotten way more buckets in here.
As you can see, we've got it full of containers. In the past, we've actually had the tarp, coming up to the edges more, and we've just completely packed it in there and filled it up. It's a little bit messier to get that out though, and since we just live a short distance from here, we figure we'll just take the containers home and unload them and come back.
So we're home now and we're getting ready to unload. I have my faithful husband here who has faithfully hauled wood chips for more than 20 years. That's a great guy, isn't it? And he even does dishes and vacuums. Okay, so we're gonna start right here. This is the part of the garden that I see out my kitchen window the most. So I'm starting here and I'm gonna work my way around. And I put them on really thick. I mean, a good 2 to 3 inches. Otherwise, you're gonna have weeds still coming up in between. And I just go in and find the flowers I want to keep. Dig them back out again. Now you can't do this when the flowers are, of course, huge, but when they're littler like this, it doesn't really matter. They just pop back up. When you plant a new tree, you want to make sure it's watered well. I do that by taking a bucket. It can either be the one that you bought it in, or it can be just a regular planter like this. You can also take a 5-gallon bucket and drill some holes in the bottom. 5 or 6 will do. Then I fill the bucket with some rocks. It keeps the bucket in place so it doesn't blow away. And then that also covers the hole so it will drain slowly. Then I fill the bucket with some water. And the rocks will help it slowly drip so that it doesn't all just drain away on top of your soil. Today we're going to tell you about our free yard. So we moved into this house in 2011, and when we bought it, we were the only house in this part of the neighborhood. They were still building the house next door to us, but otherwise we were it. So this was nothing but a bunch of dirt. And
giant weeds.
And giant weeds everywhere.
Pokey weeds.
Yeah, it was a huge mess. So when we moved in, the construction workers were working on all the houses, and I really wanted to get a yard put in, but we really did not have the $2,000 plus to buy sod to put in the yard, and we didn't have a sprinkler system or anything yet, so it would have been hard to keep seed going. So as we were watching them put the houses in, I got the brilliant idea to start dumpster diving. And I was dumpster diving for wood and stuff for projects, but as I was doing that, I started coming across sod. And so I'd find a piece here and a piece there, and so we started just laying down these pieces of sod that we had found.
It was totally brand new. They just threw it in there because it was the extra.
Yeah, it was just leftover pieces, and they didn't want to haul it back, and they couldn't really use it for another house. So we started every night just going in the dumpsters and looking and seeing if there was any sod. And we started getting to the point where we were able to put a little patch behind our yard. I started taking the workers' brownies, and they would leave all their sod in a pile on the sidewalk, and we would just go gather it up every night. So then one day I went and asked them, and I said, is there any way I can just park my pickup here and you can throw all the leftover pieces in the pickup? And sure enough, they agreed to it, and I took them more brownies.
It was funny though, because it started out, we found the grass in the dumpster. Then we would watch the guys, and then they would go dump it in the dumpster, and we would take go to the dumpster that they just dumped it in and take it out. And then we said, hey, if we drive our pickup and leave it there, can you just put it in there instead of taking it over to the dumpster? And that was saving them time, so they thought that was great. And then pretty soon they came to us and they asked us for the keys to the truck. And it was an old pickup, so we weren't too concerned.
Yeah, so we gave them the keys. These workers, we don't even know who they are. I mean, we know them,
well, we
but
had learned that
you know.
they seemed trustworthy enough, and they just wanted to drive it from one house to the other, because they did, I think, 10 or 12 houses that day. And then they brought over that truckload, and after a while they started getting really enthusiastic, thinking, how much of this have you done? And
yeah,
wow,
the workers were thinking this was really cool.
You're
How
gonna
we're doing a whole yard.
Yeah, you're gonna do your whole yard with scraps. And towards the end, they started bringing, you know, trailers full on their own trailer from other neighborhoods that they were working in, because they just were excited about helping us get it done.
Yeah, it was great. So it ended up being a whole like neighborhood project, and all our neighbors were laughing at us then, because by that time the houses were up and people were moving in, and they were laughing about how we put our yard in for free. So we got our entire yard, which is huge. We have a 1/4 acre, and I mean, it's huge for neighborhood standards. So
it works out to 11,800 square feet or something. And
yeah,
probably about 8,000 of that is in the backyard.
Yeah, so we got a huge chunk of sod for free, and it took us 3 months to get it all done, but we did get it all done in 3 months, and it worked out really good. So we got about $2,000 worth of free sod, don't you think? 2,000 probably?
Probably.
Yeah, about $2,000 worth of free sod. It took us about 3 months, and it took us some work and several pans of brownies, but man, we way got our money's worth for this one, don't you think?
Sure. And we didn't work continuously for 3 months.
It was probably what, 15, 20 minutes a night, most nights. Occasionally it would be 30 minutes or an hour if we got a big haul, but
well, it was basically whenever we found the sod. So maybe one week there might be 3 nights we'd work 20 minutes on it.
Yeah.
Another week might be just 1 night. Some weeks there wouldn't be any. And towards the end we were really moving pretty fast as the guys were bringing it to us.
When they would just dump it, because you have to put it down right away and then, you know, water it. And we did get our sprinkler, after we realized we were starting to get more, we did get a sprinkler system put in, and so we could water it easier. But yeah, that's how we got $2,000 worth of sod for free.
Wait, whoa, are you pouring the vinegar down the drain?
No, it's water.
Water?
Yes.
What do you mean it's water?
I poured it out, put the vinegar in here, and I'm going to put the vinegar back in here.
So you're just faking it?
Yes.
You're faking the weed killer?
That's the frugal way to do it.
Wow, no wonder our weeds aren't dying.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment below.